Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us for day 15 of the G1 Climax 2015. We have our New Japan World players set to 15 minutes and 50 seconds. That's 1550. And we are going to be hitting the play button on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And Cody Hall here. I swear, every time I say his name, I almost say Cody Rhodes, but Cody Hall and Takahashi taking on Jay White and Mascara Dorada.
You have to give Cody Hall and Takahashi the advantage here. I mean, they work so well together, as a team. And Cody Hall is the muscle, so to speak, of Yujiro Takahashi. Didn't really have the best of days on day 14. Yujiro Takahashi, even though he came close to beating the IWGP Heavyweight Champion Okada, was not enough. He lost that match. Looking to rebound here in this tag match. As see Jay White now with the waist lock to Cody Hall. Cody Hall, though, that size differential, able to make a nice stand and switch.
You could really tell the difference in sort of placement on the New Japan World totem pole, or New Japan Pro Wrestling totem pole, in the Takahashi-Okada match, because Okada kicked out of the Miami Shine.
Absolutely. It was a shock to me, honestly, because it's not too often in this tournament. I mean, it's not to say that we haven't seen it before then, but it's not too often in this tournament that you see a man kick out of another man's finishing maneuver.
And really, the only other person that's had people kicking out of their finishers has been Nakamura with the Omiye, which, well, and I guess you could also say Tanahashi with the high fly flow, but really those moves are almost designed to be hit multiple times in succession.
Absolutely, and Karl Anderson with the gun stun with Nakamura. What a lariat there by Cody Hall taking Jay White's head off. And then
Did Nakamura kick out of a gun stun?
He did. I think he kicked out of 2 guns. It took 3
guns.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah, because he hit the TKO off the middle rope and that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right.
I'll tell you, that raw power of Cody Hall is just absolutely scary. Just that lariat completely changed the tone of this opening bout here, as Jay White now is in no man's land. A nice slam there by Cody Hall. That was the arrogant cover.
Almost like a combination of a scoop slam and a world's strongest slam,
Yeah, absolutely. And with Mascara Dorada knocked off the apron, he's still getting his bearings together. Now I think Yujiro Takahashi is ready to enter this match.
He was almost ignoring the match for the longest time, and now he decides to get in.
And now Yujiro Takahashi, a nice clubby blow to the back of Jay White. Now takes him down. Could it be? Oh, just a stomp there. Nothing pretty about that. I'll tell you, say what you will about Yujiro Takahashi, but I think he's been so impressive in this tournament in terms of just showing us what he's capable of. I mean, had a great outing with Okada. I mean, again, to your point, Ashton, even getting off Miami Shine at one point, despite the fact that it wasn't enough. It just shows you the toughness of the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. As now you see Takahashi taking Jay White into the corner there, and there are the forearms. Now backs up. Could it be the boot?
Gonna go for a big boot here? Yep.
And he got it. Oh, man, could have taken Jay White's head clean off its shoulders into the cover here immediately, and Jay White still kicks out. And I got to tell you, Jay White, definitely an impressive individual. We've talked about the crop of young boys. I think you and I still have the belief that Yohei Komatsu is probably, at the pinnacle, the very top of the young boy crop, and here comes Cody Hall again.
It's hard for me. If you needed proof of that, he actually has already beaten Jay White in a one-on-one match.
That is true. A nice back elbow there by Cody Hall. Though, I mean, here's the thing, guys. I often forget, I guess because of the ring attire and everything, that Cody Hall himself is a young boy. So maybe Cody Hall's at the top of the pack. I don't know.
He's definitely a young boy, though, whether Bullet Club wants to admit it or not.
Absolutely. Nice knee to the midsection there. That's the thing about guys that really are dependent on their power, like Cody Hall is. Just one move takes the opposition down. And there's a nice back elbow there from the waistlock attempt by Jay White. But Jay White responds with a drop kick, nice, and that creates a separation. Could he get a tag to Mascara Dorada here?
I find it kind of odd, honestly, that we've only seen these 3 young boys. Like, I know New Japan has more young boys than just the 3 guys that we've seen. And I guess Cody Hall, if you count him as a young boy as well.
I guess New Japan, a nice overhand shove there by Mascara Dorada to Cody Hall. I don't know how much damage that did. But I guess maybe in New Japan's mind, those
Look at Cody Hall!
Boys,
very impressive agility.
Yeah, definitely. Shoulder
Finding
block.
a way to avoid that springboard shoulder block there from Dorada and giving him a bit of a shoulder block of his own.
I'll tell you, I think Cody Hall is in the right place at the right time. And oh, look at that. Mascara Dorada, they're moving out of the way. Nice Lariat in the corner. What I meant by that is, Japan, it's the wrestling epicenter to me of the world. No country has respect for pro wrestling in my mind quite like Japan does. And if Cody Hall is serious about his craft, he's in the right place, especially aligned with the Bullet Club as Mascara Dorada vaults over him. Now look at the catch, though. Look at the catch by Cody Hall. That pure power, but Dorada's going to slip out with the DDT.
And you said right place, right time. You already said right place because of the fact that New Japan, and really just Japan in general, is such a wrestling hotspot. Right time because the Bullet Club exists, and he can be in the Bullet Club, and he can be a heel, and he can be a young boy and still wrestle all these matches with legitimacy, and I think it does a lot for him.
It's not just wrestling the matches, though. I completely agree with you, partner. It's the learning tree you get to sit under. I mean, AJ Styles and Karl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Those guys.
Well, that's the crazy thing, too, is that if you look at the landscape of New Japan in general, there aren't a lot of big guys. And he's just so happens to be in the only stable with guys over 6 feet 4 inches tall that can teach him how to be a big man in New Japan.
Right.
And there's 2 of them.
Now look at that. Oh, vaults Dorada on the apron, but he lands on his feet and a nice kick to the head there. Now could he springboard here? And he does. Kick. Beautiful drop kick. Sends Takahashi, just flips over. And now can Dorada tag in Jay White here? Jay White gets the tag. This could be their moment here. Takahashi is still a bit off after that drop kick.
I don't know. Takahashi's a tough dude. Oh, yeah, look at that. He reverses the Irish whip there, ducks under the clothesline, ducks under Jay White in general, and then, Jay White with the back elbow. So I kind of thought that Takahashi was going to get a little bit of an edge here, but it looks like Jay White's keeping momentum on his side.
Certainly. A nice uppercut in the corner there by Jay White.
Oh, it looks like he's taking a page out of Kojima's playbook here. Going for an elbow drop, maybe.
Certainly.
Or a drop kick.
Drop kick, yeah. Much like Dorada did earlier. Look at it. Folds Takahashi up, and Cody Hall has to come up with a hard blow to the back.
Dangerously close.
Yeah, it was. And now it's going to be Dorada and Cody Hall here. Dorada, though. Oh, checks the boot. Look at this. And now Dorada. Nice. Drop kick sends Cody Hall to the outside. This is a very opportune position for Dorada and Jay White. Dorada going to go off the top. Can he get Cody Hall here? Sent on. Beautiful.
Almost like a cannonball.
Absolutely. We're back to Takahashi and Jay White. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's the problem, though. Dorada kind of took himself out of action, and now it comes down to the young boy versus the heavyweight.
Exactly. And now look at the hard forearms from Takahashi. Sends Jay White down to one knee. I'll tell you, Cody Hall is down. If Jay White was ever going to win this match, he needs to have that sense of urgency. He needs to put this away now. But what a lariat there by Takahashi. Hooks the leg, and Dorada comes back.
Is back. He is back. He's still around, but then so is Cody Hall.
Yeah, indeed, so is Cody Hall. But again, Dorada, that quickness.
And now he hits the big boot. This is going to be the end.
Good God. And now what's Takahashi thinking here? Could it be Fisherman Buster? It is.
He hits it, yep. Is that going to put Jay White away? I don't think it will.
And no, it does not. I'll tell you what, though, that was close. You asked the question, and I was kind of looking intently at the shoulders. Jay White just kicked out. But is he going to be able to fight out of Miami Shine?
Get a Miami Shine, and this is going to be the end of it. No!
Jay White counters! Jay White counters!
Oh, my God, that was so close.
Oh, that's close as close as you can get, ladies and gentlemen. Good God.
Sadly,
now Jay White.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Jay White gets hung up in the ropes, and now for the second time in Takahashi, this time Miami Shine.
That's almost like just a super high impact spine buster. I love it.
And Jay White certainly no Okada. That's going to be the end of it. Takahashi back on the winning side of things. Bullet Club establishes a tone that I think they're going to need today, Ashton, given our G1 Climax tournament matches and everything else.
Oh, that was funny. Takahashi couldn't quite reach Cody Hall's hand to do the too sweet. But yeah, I mean, the matches that we've got set up today for the Bullet Club, Naito versus Gallows, which Gallows needs to win in order to keep AJ Styles' chances of winning this tournament alive. And then AJ is actually taking on Bad Luck Fale, which again, AJ needs to win in order to keep his chances of winning this tournament alive.
Absolutely. So for the Bullet Club, they establish a precedent of dominance, at least so far, at G1 Climax Day 15. Will everything else follow suit? And oh, look at Cody Hall here shoving that fan's face. Oh man, that was great. But yeah, I mean, they win this opening bout, Ashton, but AJ Styles versus Fale, and then Gallows versus Naito, so important. And speaking of the Bullet Club, this isn't over here. We've got another tag team match. Captain New Japan and Kushida versus the Machine Gun Karl Anderson and Tama Tonga, who's been so impressive in tag team action as of late.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder, though, because here's my thing. You can say what you want about the fact that you've got two juniors on one team and a junior and a heavyweight on the other team. One of the juniors on the two junior team is this junior heavyweight champion.
Exactly. You know, Kushida absolutely been on a tear, been so impressive since he's joined, the G1 Climax in these tag team bouts. But, I mean, Tama Tonga, again, I just can't emphasize enough how dominant he's been in tag team action as of late. His finishing maneuver, the double arm underhook, almost like just a planting
jumping DDT.
Yeah, jumping DDT. What he calls the head shrinker has just put so many guys away. And look at Tama Tonga. I'll tell you, man, Tama Tonga gets that face paint on. He goes to another place. And as I've said before, I'm just so glad I can't follow wherever Tama Tonga goes.
Yeah, there's a little bit of psycho in that guy.
Yeah, to say the least. But then again, you look at Naito, and then maybe you wonder that Tama Tonga can't be so bad. I don't know. But Karl Anderson, one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
I would love to know what kind of hat he's wearing right now, because I haven't seen him wearing a hat so far. Wow, new face paint for Tama Tonga.
Good God, that is terrifying.
It really is a lot scarier.
And now look at that. Ducks the line of fire. Karl Anderson. Tell you what, so impressive.
You know, man, you would think that Karl Anderson would be courteous enough to not shoot in the direction of his stablemates, but he just does it anyway and makes them duck it.
Well, maybe it's like one of those trust acts or something, like the trust fall. It's just like, hey, I'm gonna trust you to duck when I shoot. This way we can work on our coordination. I don't know. I don't know what the Bullet Club thinks. It's a faction.
The deep irony here is that normally I'm the one trying to rationalize everything, and you just sound ridiculous right now.
I know. Hey, man, it's G1 Climax, and now this tag team bout going to be very interesting. Again, we just saw in the opening bout Cody Hall and Yujiro Takahashi beat the team of Mascara, Dorada, and Jay White. We'll see if Karl Anderson and Tama Tonga can keep up that momentum against Captain New Japan and Kushida. I mean, easier said than done, considering that Kushida, to your point, Ashton, is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Certainly nobody to mess with. What a message it would be, though, if Tama Tonga could pin the champion in this tag team matchup. But I'm looking at you, Captain New Japan. I'm thinking that's going to be responsibility that falls on your shoulders.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking Captain New Japan is going to be the weak link of this tag team match.
Certainly, and Kushida actually telling him to get out of the way so he could do his entrance. It's just the kind of respect he commands. He doesn't even care if it's the Bullet Club he's talking to. Does not matter to him.
And why should it? He's the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ashton. That's all that should matter. And oh, look at this, though. Right on the attack. I guess they didn't take too kindly to it, I guess. Tama Tonga immediately putting the boots to Kushida. Karl Anderson putting the boots to Captain New Japan.
Karl Anderson really taking it to Captain New Japan. I saw he was boots to head, man.
Absolutely. And again, Karl Anderson's been so impressive in this tournament. Definitely one of the standouts at my estimation. I believe his current record is 5-2. If I'm not mistaken.
Somewhere along those lines, yeah.
Very impressive record. Look at that. Captain New Japan bringing out the double team, but then misses the double clothesline.
Wow.
Way to pull a Honma there. And now look at that.
And Anderson just kicks him, and Tama Tonga goes over to take out Kushida.
I'll tell you.
Good strategy.
I'll tell you what I really noticed throughout this G1 Climax, Ashton, and I'm really grateful that I got the opportunity to. The Bullet Club are so dominant. It doesn't matter what combination you use. It could be Yujiro Takahashi and Cody Hall and Karl Anderson. Karl Anderson, of course, the Dog Gallows. I mean, they're both, you put them together, they are the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. No matter what the combination is of the Bullet Club, they work so well together, and I think that's so important for a faction to maintain supremacy. And I'll get the calf kick there. Beautifully done by Karl Anderson as he immediately hooks the leg. 2, and Captain New Japan stays in it. But look at that. Karl Anderson keeping the cover in. Captain New Japan kicks out again. 3rd time now. Karl Anderson, and Captain New Japan stays in it. But, I mean, would you agree, Ashton, that the Bullet Club are just, that in sync with each other, that cohesive as a unit?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously extremely cohesive. They know each other really well. I think that the one thing that the Bullet Club needs to work on is all the shenanigans that they do. A lot of the time, it turns out that they didn't even really need them. So I think that they need to just kind of work on trying to worry more about winning without help than constantly worrying about getting help.
Absolutely, and this Tama Tonga, look at that!
That was gorgeous.
That's
his drop kick
like.
was so good.
It is.
I mean, don't get me wrong, his drop kick isn't quite on the same level as like Orton and Okada, but still very impressive. And Moose, of course, got to put him in there.
I would at least
still a very impressive drop kick.
Yeah, I would certainly say that Tama Tonga's drop kick, for my money, is better than Dolph Ziggler's. I just love how it comes off.
It's actually a really similar drop kick now that I think about it.
Nice elbow to the back of the head there. Captain New Japan. Now he's going to shoot him off the ropes. Does Tama Tonga. And now, look at that, though. Flying shoulder block.
Captain New Japan hits the shoulder block. I'm glad Tama Tonga didn't move out of the way because New Japan would have looked absolutely ridiculous doing it. And now in comes Kushida. Karl Anderson, I don't think got a tag, did he? I don't think he got a tag. I think he just came in to try and prevent Kushida from getting an advantage, and he does. Oh, but that was bad news. Had bad news written all over it. Kushida points to his head as if to say, I'm smarter than everyone.
Well, I mean, when you're the champion, I guess
Springboard you can make that Springboard. Claim. He gets it. Drop kick, okay. But nice. Karl Anderson takes him down.
Nice kick there by Karl Anderson. Karl Anderson just so quick to develop a plan, but there's the springboard back elbow there.
Kushida versus Karl Anderson is a match that I'd like to see.
I think that'd be a tremendous matchup. And now look at that, the vault over the ropes, and Kushida takes both men out.
Very impressive. Kushida is on fire, man.
Kushida, he just feels that he's feeding off the energy of the New Japan faithful. And now look at that, he's going to pick up Tama Tonga, who, let's remind everybody, is still the legal man. Karl Anderson never got tagged.
Yeah.
And now Tama Tonga all alone with Kushida. What a kick there.
What did he kick him in? Was that like a rib kick?
I feel like that was the arm, actually. But look at that, Tama Tonga catching Kushida. Can he power him down? But look at Kushida there. Look at that, has control of the arm.
Wow.
Great focus by Kushida. Now can he reposition his weight?
Oh, Tama Tonga hasn't been a fireman's carry. Maybe a Samoan drop.
And yes. Wow, what a sequence there.
I didn't even know that Tama Tonga had a Samoan drop in his arsenal, but he's a Pacific Islander, so I just made an assumption and it worked.
There you go. And now Tama Tonga.
Oh,
if I'm him here, I take him to my corner. Oh, wait, no! No!
Wow.
Tama Tonga thinking head shrinker, but Kushida fights out of it. Nice Pele
what a
kick.
Pele. That was almost like a bicycle Pele. That was impressive.
Certainly. And now can Kushida get the tag here to Captain New Japan? And likewise,
Tonga's face paint is wearing off quickly.
Absolutely. And Karl
Anderson. In comes Karl Anderson and Captain New Japan, which means Karl Anderson's going to do some work here.
You know what? You know why I think that Captain New Japan's little hand motion works? It's probably because they're like, wait, did we forget to do something that we went over for the matchup? And then he's just like, nope, and then throat thrust. Man. Now look at this. Oh, nice kick there by Karl Anderson with the assist from Tama Tonga, too. And Kushida breaks up the pin there. Oh, Karl Anderson's already calling, I think, for the TKO variation of the gun stun.
Yep.
Oh, man, it's going to be it. He got it. He got it.
You know he's going to kick out of it, though.
Yeah, absolutely, and he does. He does.
We're finally starting to actually recognize signature offense and being able to differentiate it from finishers.
Oh, here comes potentially Karl Anderson's finisher. He is sizing Captain New Japan up for the gun stun.
Oh, he goes for it. No.
Throws him off.
Oh,
Captain New Japan caught him.
Uranagi slam from Captain New Japan.
Wow, 2. And Karl Anderson just kicked out there. Wow.
You know, say what you will, but that was impressive.
Absolutely. Close near fall, and now it could be Captain New Japan going for that claw hold. And now look, Tama Tonga, though, coming in, and you don't want to do that. He's turning his back to Karl Anderson. Gun stun. And that's going to do it. That digging the arm in the face just for good measure, and there it is. Oh, man. Just like that. That's the danger of the machine gun Carl Anderson. You're
And
in
hey, guess
control.
what, John? The Bullet Club is 2-0.
Absolutely. They keep the tone going. And
Quite the
Carl,
contrast from day one when they went, I believe, 1-4.
and look at that, Carl Anderson just tossing Kushida out of the ring. He knows this is their time. And Tama Tonga and Carl Anderson, they work so well together. Again, to my point, Bullet Club, whatever the combination, are a force to be reckoned with. And now the ref might want to get out of the way here. He gets slightly shoved. Sad thing is, Carl Anderson still treats that ref better than Naito does. And now, there we go. Gonna hook the belt in. And these guys can...
Tonga has some weird qualities about him, but say what you will as far as how weird he is one hell of an athlete.
Absolutely. I mean, hell, it takes two to win a tag team matchup. Tama Tonga gave Carl Anderson the coverage when he needed it. Carl Anderson, that gun stun, I'll tell you, when he hits it, you might as well take a deep seat, folks, if you're expecting the person to kick out, because it would take a while. That's why we only allow the shoulders to be down for 3 seconds. And I'll tell you what, Carl Anderson...
Unless you're Biggie Langston.
Unless you're Biggie Langston. Then, of course, you need 5.
Oh, and look at this tag team match. Goto and Komatsu versus Elgin and David Finlay.
So each team has a young boy. That kind of raises the intrigue a little bit, Ashton. It's not such a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, we could get anyone pinning, either one of the heavyweights pinning either one of the young boys.
Absolutely. And very, interesting matchup going to be upcoming. I'm assuming tomorrow, Ashton.
Well, before you talk about that, John, I just want to say this is kind of odd because Goto and Elgin actually have a match lined up for ROH's Field of Honor show on August 22nd or 21st, I think it is.
Interesting. So these two are going to be seeing a lot of each other for the remainder of this month.
It is the 22nd, by the way. I just looked. And yeah, right. It's Saturday the 22nd. It's the same day as NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, so sadly we will not be able to be doing any live reactions to that ROH show, but I think it'll be worth it.
Absolutely.
But still, I just think it's weird now that, not necessarily weird, I just think it's weird timing, I think it would be, that Elgin Goto is this close to the end of G1, knowing that right after G1 is over, they're going to have that ROH pay-per-view match against each other.
Absolutely. And, Michael Elgin, it should be noted, folks, has been mathematically eliminated from this tournament. His last tournament bout, he lost the machine gun Carl Anderson, who we just saw pick up a win in tag team action.
He is mathematically eliminated, but you know who definitely isn't?
Who's that?
Goto. He is absolutely not anywhere close to being mathematically eliminated. And as a matter of fact, he is 1 win away from matching Okada's win count.
Absolutely. Okada, I'll tell you what, he may be secure right now with 6-1.
And that's the thing too that I wanted to point out is that of the 3 people right now that have 5 wins to Okada's 6, only Goto has actually beaten Okada head to head. So if all 4 of those men, Okada and the 3 guys right now with 5 wins, end with the same record, Goto would be the one going into, I believe he would be the one going into the finals as the winner of the B block.
Goto's been so impressive, Ash. I mean, to your point, beating Okada, which is huge. I mean, you're talking about beating the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Although then again, his 2 losses are the other 5-2 guys right now, so it's quite the mess in the B block.
Yeah, certainly a complicated dynamic as he immediately goes into the side headlock here on Elgin. Goto also very recently beating the Stone Pitbull Ishii. I mean, very impressive. Ishii's 3rd loss.
In what many are arguing was the match of the tournament so far, and I find myself hard-pressed to argue that point.
Absolutely. It was a fantastic contest. And Ashton, if I'm not mistaken, Ishii is also mathematically eliminated after that loss.
Yeah, he is. How devastating is that?
I almost don't want to say it aloud for fear that Ishii might hurt me, but it's I gotta state the facts.
And that's the thing too, is that Ishii could have prevented himself from getting mathematically eliminated. Obviously, if he would have beaten Goto, he wouldn't have been. But if he wouldn't have lost the one-on-one match to Okada, he wouldn't be eliminated right now. But because Okada has that win over him one-on-one, it's impossible for Ishii to win the block because of Okada's record.
Right. And now look at this forum exchange here between Goto and Elgin. And that's the thing, with Elgin having a match coming up I'm assuming in the G1 Climax as well as the ROH show, the 22nd Field of Honor. It's more about pride for Michael Elgin because, even though he can't win the block now, you beat the Intercontinental Champion, you still send quite a message. As nice shoulder block there by
And
Goto
what more
Elgin.
reason do you need to be inspired to fight than just knowing that you're going against the Intercontinental Champion? Like, that's all
Absolutely.
you need. As soon as you hear that, like, okay, you're mathematically eliminated, but your next match is against the Intercontinental Champions. Like, your face lights up. It's like, oh my god, I might be mathematically eliminated, but I could find a way. If I beat Goto, that would give me an Intercontinental Championship opportunity, and it would be a way for me to extend my stay here in Japan.
Absolutely, because as I remember, only 2 men thus far have beaten Goto, the Machine Gun Karl Anderson
And
the King of
Nakamura.
Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
Now the
And
two
now
young
we've got David Finlay and Yohei Komatsu in the ring. David Finlay with the side headlock on Komatsu. Komatsu fighting out of it though. Off the ropes, shoots David Finlay into the opposite side. Leapfrog and arm drag. And an arm drag from David Finlay.
David Finlay responding in kind, but there's a side headlock takeover there from Yohei Komatsu. David Finlay there with the head scissors. Another side headlock takeover. Now Yohei Komatsu with the head scissors. And now both men thinking
Double
drop
kick. Boys are evenly matched right now.
Absolutely.
David Finlay with another new hairstyle. He can't seem to settle on one.
Yeah, certainly. Oh, look at that. Tried to get Yohei Komatsu's face. Komatsu responding with that forearm. And then David Finlay, though, I mean, hell, considering the bloodline he comes from, he'll do strikes with you. The son of Fit Finlay.
Yeah, no kidding. It's so funny. Every time you call him Fit Finlay, I wince a little bit because I'm just so used to just knowing him as Dave Finlay.
Right.
It's weird.
And now Elgin. Look at that. Just a nice body shot there to Komatsu. And now this is quite a mismatch if I've ever seen it. Just the raw power and ability of Elgin versus Yohei Komatsu, who is a smaller man in stature. Not to say to count him out of the fight, but it doesn't really aid him either that he's still of a young boy status. And that gets the boot up, though, to the face of Elgin. Let's see if Komatsu can hold his own here. Goes to the top rope. And
but Elgin catches him out of the crossbody.
Oh, no.
Right into a vertical suplex lift. Wow, so impressive.
Beautiful transition. And Goto's going to try and pick it up.
He's going to learn real quick that Elgin isn't weak enough to let that happen. Oh, but look how smart Goto is.
Yeah, didn't try the same thing twice, so we know that Goto isn't suffering from insanity. And now Goto here, fired off the ropes, and what a forearm to the back of the head, though, by Elgin.
Oh, and that gets him in a fireman's carry. I think we're going to get the fireman's carry fall-away slam combo here.
Oh,
the Samoan
man.
drop fall-away slam combo, I should say.
The power of Elgin on display as he just destroys everybody.
Nailed it. That was great.
Man, and David
That's the
Finlay.
first time he's hit that move since, I believe, day one, actually. Because I feel like on day one he hit it, and it really didn't come off as clean at all, and I think the guys might have collided heads or something like that, and he hasn't done it since then, and this is the first time that he has.
And now David Finlay there coming in. Nice body shot there to Yohei Komatsu. Seemed like it was a shot right to the kidney, and there's a shot to the back of the head there, that elbow. And now David
Finlay, yeah, I like the confidence that he's got going on right now.
Absolutely, and an uppercut that just rocks Komatsu. And I got to tell you, if you're David Finlay and you just saw Michael Elgin and what he did to the opposition, you've got to be thinking, man, am I glad he's on my side. And now Yohei Komatsu fighting back here with the forearms.
But then you look at what Goto did to Ishii, and you're like, okay, maybe I wouldn't mind having him on my side either.
Exactly. A nice drop kick there.
Yeah.
See if Komatsu can get the tag here.
I'm actually looking forward, not necessarily talking about this match, I'm actually kind of looking forward to our next match because we've got 3 G1 competitors on each side. And obviously a junior to kind of even things out.
So it's an 8-person tag then.
It is.
Now Goto's spinning.
Nice spinning heel kick. His spinning heel kick is one of the most impressive I've seen in New Japan so far.
Absolutely. I'd call his spinning heel kick one of the most impressive I've seen in most of wrestling.
The only reason that I specified in New Japan is because Rusev's is just so amazing in WWE.
That's true. That's very true. Nice. Oh, that forearm, though, just crumbles David Finlay to the mat.
Yeah, Goto still feels like he's working with Ishii, and every hit and every strike just hurts that much more because of it.
I think David Finlay even wants to be like, I'm not Ishii, it's over. And then Goto's
Yeah.
just like, it's not over till
But then he
he's
tags
dead.
in Elgin, and Elgin's like the American version of Ishii. So this is going to be another crazy match. Oh, the back elbow, the forearm.
Yeah, what a sequence there. Got the
Elgin has a
waist
waist
lock.
lock. Oh, but Goto knocks him off. Oh, what a pump kick from Elgin.
Elgin's so good when he needs to be.
Oh,
And
lariat from Goto. Wow.
I love that Goto always has the presence of mind to follow through.
That's so smart. He did that twice in a row yesterday or on Sunday against Ishii.
Oh, look at this.
Nice
Beautiful
senton.
by Yohei Komatsu.
Nice little cannonball senton there. And wow, Elgin, it looked like he kicked out at 1, didn't it?
Yeah, he pretty much powered out of that pinfall attempt. And good luck there, Yohei. And then gets shot off the ropes. But look at the forearm, though, he responds with.
I think that Yohei might have just thought that Elgin was, loopy enough that he would have been able to pull that off, but he just wasn't. Oh, what an enziguri. The fact that Elgin is as big and powerful as he is. Oh, and a German into the corner. And the fact that Elgin is still able to pull off these, jumping kicks blows my mind.
Absolutely. His athleticism cannot be understated. And there's the
cannonball. And another cannonball.
God.
Yeah, Komatsu might be done after that. 1, 2. Oh, but Goto breaks it up. I don't think Komatsu was kicking out of that unless Goto broke it up, which he did.
Certainly not, but I think we're about to see our winners here.
Look at this.
David Finlay taking out the Intercontinental Champion, and it's still the young boy left with the veteran. I think we know where this is going to go, Ashton.
Powerbomb into spinning powerbomb. Oh, what's Komatsu doing? He's fighting out of it.
Komatsu resisting.
Oh, Elgin wanted a lariat there. Komatsu wants a run-up, but Elgin's way too strong to allow that to happen.
Yeah,
Buckle bomb.
Good God.
Oh, and Komatsu went all the way down. Elgin had to pick him back up in order to hit his finish.
There it is. 2, 3 count.
That was a decent match. That was fun. I really, really enjoyed Elgin and Goto going at it, though, so that just goes to show you how great their G1 match is going to be tomorrow.
Absolutely. And hey, give credit to David Finlay as well. Provided excellent coverage for Elgin. Took out the Intercontinental Champion with that vaulting crossbody.
That crossbody, yeah, that was great.
This team actually worked pretty well together when it came right down to it.
Kind of surprising.
And Yohei Komatsu, I mean, I give him credit for sticking in it, but... And look at Goto, that may not have been smart by Elgin. Because here's the thing with that. I mean, Elgin can play spoiler, and he can etch himself into the Intercontinental Championship picture, so it's not like there are no stakes for Elgin,
right.
But for Goto, he just wants to keep winning.
Well, and that's the crazy thing, too, is Elgin can't mathematically eliminate Goto unless Okada also wins. That's how far ahead of everyone else Goto is, just because of the fact that he has a win over Okada.
Right.
So if Elgin does manage to beat Goto, Goto would be able to stay alive if Nakamura and Anderson and Okada all also lose. So not likely, but still technically possible.
And when you go over it like that, Ashton, it just really further illustrates just how impressive Goto is. Because he is the one in the 6-1, if you will, of Okada's G1 Climax tournament record thus far.
And believe it or not, it actually is entirely possible for Anderson, Nakamura, and Okada to lose. It's just highly unlikely because Anderson's taking on Takahashi, as we know because of their tag match earlier. Nakamura is taking on Kojima, and Okada is taking on Nagata. So a bunch of, I don't want to say bottom feeders, but that's basically the status that they're playing in the B block right now. In Takahashi, Kojima, and Nagata taking on the 3 of the top 4 guys that are actually in the race.
Absolutely. And it's so funny that we're talking so much about the G1 Climax tournament because, as you said, this 8-man tag is stacked with G1 Climax tournament competitors, 3 apiece for each team.
As I said, 3 apiece for each team. We've got Honma teaming up with Kojima and Nagata and Taguchi, taking on Chaos, represented by Nakamura, Okada, Ishii, and YOSHI-HASHI. And in my opinion, this Chaos team looks way too stacked to lose.
Absolutely. I think we may have just found the purpose for Taguchi's existence because I can see him eating the pin here.
Yeah.
and Taguchi there, kind of paying, I guess, an homage to Shinsuke Nakamura. I wonder how Nakamura will feel about that. I'm wondering if he'll mix it up with Taguchi in this match.
That'd be interesting for sure.
And Honma, you gotta
And
wonder what's going.
Honma, for those of you wondering who's matched up with who, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but I did mention that Nakamura is taking on Nagata. Kojima. Nakamura is taking on Kojima, and Okada is taking on Nagata, which leaves only one pairing left, John.
Absolutely.
Honma versus Ishii 2. They had a match of the year contender back in February at, I believe it was New Beginning in Sendai. And I can't even imagine what they're going to do to each other in this match on, well, actually it's tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesday.
And I'll tell you what I learned. Even though Ishii was mathematically eliminated, he's had 3 losses. I mean, that man could lose 100 matches straight. Every time he comes down in the ring, I feel a shudder go down my spine. One of the most intimidating men I think I've ever seen in a wrestling ring, and still somebody that you don't want to mess with because he will just hit you straight in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of guys like that in New Japan, just like super intimidating killers, because we talk about Ishii, but let's not forget about how his sort of, I don't want to say his equal, but definitely a guy that we always associate with Ishii, that being Makabe, another horrifying guy. And then even going back to Wrestle Kingdom 9, the guys that fought each other in the almost MMA style match, Sakuraba and Suzuki.
Right. Just absolutely stacked roster of New Japan. A lot of guys that really can impose their will at any given moment. And speaking of Togi Makabe, who you mentioned earlier, he has got a big match himself tonight against Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace of New Japan.
Yeah.
Huge matchup for Makabe tonight.
It really is. It's a make or break kind of match, because Makabe, if he wins, he keeps his chances alive. If he loses, he's done. That's it. It's over for Makabe in this tournament.
Absolutely. So
this is his last grasp at being able to win the tournament, because right now he's 4-3, but there are also 4 guys actually in his block that are 5-2, and he's cheering for Doc Gallows, but unfortunately AJ Styles is facing Bad Luck Fale, so one of those guys has to win. Has Makabe beaten either one of those guys?
No, he has not.
I think that might mean that Makabe is already technically eliminated then, unless AJ and Bad Luck Fale get a tie.
Interesting.
Makabe and Shibata are just begging for AJ Styles to tie his last 2 matches.
Exactly, but I don't think AJ is going to oblige.
No, well, that's the thing, though. I mean, it is technically possible. If AJ Styles would tie against Bad Luck Fale and Tanahashi, and Bad Luck Fale and Tanahashi would both lose their other matches that aren't against AJ Styles, then it would end with AJ with 12 points, with all 3 of them basically at 12 points. And you know what? I think that even then, I'm trying to figure out if Makabe would be able to win, and I don't think he would, because I think then the best Makabe could do is tie them with 12 points.
Absolutely, and AJ has already beaten, in my estimation, Makabe and Shibata and those guys. So,
man, wow. Well, I mean, as far as Shibata goes, I feel like he doesn't. Did he already face Tanahashi? Yeah, that just happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is looking really bad for a lot of guys. I think what Shibata's hoping for is that Styles and Tanahashi both lose today and then tie in their match against each other. But then he also needs Bad Luck Fale to lose a match, and he needs Naito to lose out, and he needs to win out.
Right. So a lot of
really complicated road to victory for Shibata. Very unlikely. I think at the end of the day, we just need to accept the fact that Naito is probably winning this block.
Hey, and you know what? Naito, I think, would certainly deserve it given the performance that he's had. I
kind of do feel like Makabe is eliminated, though, because I can't think of a way. because of the fact that AJ Styles and Bad Luck Fale are facing each other tonight, I can't think of a way for Makabe to win the block.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I guess we can declare.
Unless,
Kogi.
no, you know what? If AJ and Fale tie, and then AJ, Bad Luck Fale, Tanahashi, and Naito all lose their final matches, and obviously Naito and Tanahashi would have to lose today to Gallows and Makabe wins both of his matches, then AJ would finish. AJ and Fale would finish with 11 points. Tanahashi and Naito would both finish with 10 points, and Makabe could finish with 12. So he could potentially win the tournament or win the block that way, but again, he would require a draw. That's what it comes down to. Both Shibata and Makabe are hoping that AJ Styles has one draw and another loss.
I'll tell you, folks, I don't know about you. It hurts my head just thinking about it. We'll have it all shake out.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the problem, though. That's the problem is that draws are a possibility. I know that they're not very likely, but it seems like every year there's at least one draw that ends up happening at some point in the tournament, and we just have to know, because if there's a draw today between AJ Styles and Bad Luck Fale, which, I mean, if there's ever going to be a draw, it makes sense that it would be between the two Bullet Club guys, right?
Sure.
If that happens, that keeps Makabe's chances alive as long as he can beat Tanahashi tonight. And again, he also needs Doc Gallows to beat Naito. So Shibata and Makabe are technically not completely eliminated yet, but they need all the chips to fall in their direction in order for them to survive tonight.
Absolutely. And again, as I've said before for certain other G1 Climax tournament competitors, there is no worse feeling than to know that your destiny is in the hands of somebody else. That's why the most comfortable person in this tournament right now has got to be Okada. You know, being 6-1, having that dominant record as the world champion.
Well, I mean, Okada and Naito, because they both control their own destiny. All they need to do is not screw up, and they win the tournament or their blocks.
And the focus should really be on Naito today, since it is his block that's being represented.
And yet, he's the first match of the G1 matches today.
Well, actually, I'm kind of glad about that. Shows that we won't have to wait much longer for some of this intrigue to be dispelled.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. If Naito does manage to win, which, I mean, we've already said, not really that much of a stretch. If he does win, it would eliminate Makabe, basically, because Naito has beaten Makabe, right?
Makabe beat Naito, if you remember.
Did he? So Naito, so Naito, oh, man. Naito can win today, but then he has to lose against Tenzan.
Okay.
And it would keep Shibata and Makabe alive, assuming a bunch of other stuff happens.
And now Okada, they're itching for the tag because Yuji Nagata hit that boot to him while he was on the apron, and now here we go. But Nagata, though, not going to give Okada satisfaction.
Really? Are we seriously going to put a blemish on our champion's face with Taguchi's ass?
Even Okada has the same look that you probably do, Ash, and it's just, oh, what is happening to me?
I think Taguchi wants Nakamura.
That's a matchup I want to see, too.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of motioning over towards Nakamura, but I guess it's not going to happen just yet. Oh, and Okada went after Nagata, but it didn't work out too well. That's going to be a fun match to call tomorrow. A couple guys whose names rhyme.
Look at that. Okada had the hip thrust scout and is already going to slam Taguchi down. Could
Tope Atomico.
He got it. And now he got Nagata.
And Nagata ended up falling against that guardrail. Say what you will about how innocent and playful that might have been. Nagata's ribs.
Exactly. And there's the hip thrust by Taguchi to our world.
That was a rear view, John.
Yeah.
I mean, when he just kind of checks them in the side when they're sitting on the mat, that I would call that a hip thrust, but that was a full-on ass to face.
Full-on rear view there.
Yeah.
And now Nagata and Okada squaring off here.
Oh, that's going to be so weird to call tomorrow because their names rhyme.
Absolutely.
Okada and Nagata exchanging forearms here, but it looks like Nagata got the edge. Now a kick to the chest.
Nicely done. Look at that. Drives the air out of Okada, and he may have to do that. Now look at that. Kills the arm.
Arm here. He's setting him up for that Shirome.
And not only that, it serves a dual purpose, because not only do you soften that arm up for the Shirome, but you also weaken the efficacy of the Rainmaker. So
Well, if he
definitely
wanted to
serving
weaken
people
the
from.
efficacy of the Rainmaker, you'd think he'd be targeting the right arm, which is the one that Okada actually uses to deliver the Rainmaker.
Oh, look at that though. Checks that, and what a slab there to Okada.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice kick to the gut.
DT. Okada, such a smooth and fluid athlete.
Absolutely. And then what an uppercut there.
Diving, spinning European. And now all the other members of Chaos take out the team on the other side of the ramp, or of the ring. And it's down to just Okada and Nagata. It sounds so weird. Okada here. Nice senton.
Nice senton.
Wow. He's pulling out stuff that we haven't seen him do yet in this tournament.
And I'll tell you what, like that was, I think the perfect move to pick because again, Nagata's ribs.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not ashamed that he's gonna take advantage of the fact that he's working against somebody that's injured.
Absolutely. I mean, Okada does his homework, plain and simple. You know, if you don't like it, well then why don't you try and stop him? It's that simple. You know, there's a reason why he's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and everybody else isn't. You know, so now look at Hashi here.
You make Okada seem like such a dick.
Well, isn't he though? When you call yourself the Rainmaker, but there's no shame in that. A nice dropkick there to the head by YOSHI-HASHI.
I love how much teamwork Chaos puts on display in these tag matches too.
They're so good. They are so good at what they do.
Really cooperate with each other quite well.
Absolutely, and I think YOSHI-HASHI just made a tag here. Who's coming in?
Nakamura, yes.
Yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura. And now look at that, right to the knees already. The knees of the ribs of Nagata and so much discomfort. That's why I said no matter how much reprieve you get, just one offensive maneuver to the injured area regresses all of your rehabilitation.
Yeah, it really does.
And now Nagata is just in excruciating pain. And Nakamura, that's how he likes it. And now look at that. Right, almost a seated abdominal stretch of sorts. He's really got Nagata twisted like a pretzel. And Kojima trying to break it up. Nakamura just scowling, though. And again, another kick to the head there by Kojima, and that makes the break. Tell you, Kojima has really had a frustrating tournament experience. I believe he's another one that's mathematically eliminated given his losses. But, oh, here comes Ishii. Oh,
here
my
comes
God.
The three freaking amigos of Chaos.
Good God.
I seriously want them in the next Lucha Libre World Cup, man. That would be so nuts.
I'll tell you something, man. If you're Nagata, it's bad enough when you get a punch to the ribs or a kick to the ribs, but when you get all of Ishii's weight...
Yeah, I was going to say, someone the size of Ishii just being dropped butt first on your ribs.
Cannot be a good night. But Nagata, though, trying to power through this. He's trying to let adrenaline take over, but I don't know how much
he's trying, but he's struggling mightily. And Ishii just talking trash. And there we go. Nagata firing up a little bit here. With the headbutt.
Ishii's like, screw you and screw your adrenaline.
yeah, pretty much.
Nagata with the boot.
He did get a boot, but yeah, Ishii really doesn't care about his boot.
He
does care about his knee and his gut, though.
And Ishii actually did a spin before hitting the canvas. That was the impact that Nagata had behind that knee. But look at Okada here.
It looked almost like he was going to set up for the Rainmaker, but no.
It did. Nice belly-to-belly there by Nagata. And now can Nagata make the tag here? And Honma's just begging for it, and he gets it. Honma and Ishii here.
Honma, these guys. That 5-star match that they had back in February. Oh, Honma, is he going to go for a headbutt already? No.
Oh.
Wow, that surprises me.
Look at that, the chops.
Honma's chops are so brutal looking. And that's another thing, too. He and Ishii have something in common. A lot of the time, their chops kind of rise up a little bit more than they should. And now Honma going for a headbutt.
And doesn't get it.
But as I was saying, Honma and Ishii both have their chops that almost look like they target the neck. And sometimes in matches, they will actually just straight up chop your neck.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's got to be just absolute hell on the throat. And
Oh, man.
Oh, God, back and forth.
Exchange, yeah.
Who's going to give first is the question.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, now they're quickening the pace. Good Lord.
Ishii's chops look more devastating to me, but it looks like Honma's have gotten the edge. And the double chop there. That was interesting. Oh, he's calling for a lariat. He misses, though. Ishii Saito suplex.
What a suplex by Ishii. I'll tell you, the Stone Pitbull has all the ability in the world. I've seen him do drop kicks, I've seen him do suplexes, and now could it be a
These
vertical?
guys
No.
are somehow managing to recapture their magic in a tag team match.
Oh, a
Oh,
nice
what a back elbow from Honma. Off the ropes, double lariat. I don't understand how these guys do it every time, but they do. Oh, and look at that. Honma took Ishii down, but Honma, his momentum kind of carried him through, and he's on the ground as well now.
Honma's spirit is indomitable. The fact that he stays in every fight even when he has nothing to win. And he really doesn't, folks. He's been beyond mathematically eliminated at this point.
So do you think I'm going out on a limb when I say I think Honma might actually beat Ishii tomorrow?
I think that is a really, really long limb to go out on. And now Nakamura using his limbs to kick Kojima right in the head there.
What a transition, John!
And now the foot shivers.
That was amazing. Going out on a limb, and now Nakamura using his limbs. I'm impressed.
Oh, but look at that, though. Kojima had the knee check. But, I mean, to your point, Ashton, here's how I'll answer you. I do think you're going out on a limb, yes. But anything can happen in G1 Climax. I thought I myself was going out on a limb when I thought Karl Anderson could beat Shinsuke Nakamura, and then it happened. So in this tournament, a match isn't over till it's over. And don't be so cocky about one bet you're making when the other guy just might beat you. And Kojima there with the elbow, hooks the leg, and Nakamura stays in it.
And I believe these two are actually opponents tomorrow. So that'll be an interesting matchup as well. As long as Kojima can stay in it as far as conditioning goes with Nakamura.
And that's just the knee to the midsection. I'll tell you, Nakamura with those knees. His knees are the most devastating weapon in professional wrestling. And there's the knee there with Kojima set up in the corner. Good God. Could it be an inverted slam here?
Yeah, it looks like he wants... Oh, no. Kojima fights out of it.
Koji cutter! Wow. And almost goes right into the cover, too. And Okada actually had to break that up.
You know, it's so funny because we used to actually make fun of Jinder Mahal for his nothing but knee-based offense. And now it's like Nakamura has found a way to just flat out make that effective.
Absolutely. And look at that. Checks the layer. But, gets it with the opposite arm.
That left-armed Koji lariat isn't nearly as effective as the right arm. We've seen that already in effect, where he hit the left arm lariat and it didn't get a pinfall, and he just kept on trying to go for the right arm and missing.
Oh my God, this is happening now. Taguchi versus Nakamura.
It is, yeah.
And now there's the rear view again.
You've got to be kidding me.
That clears.
And he took out all three members of the other team, really? And now he's teaming up with Honma. Nakamura's going to... Oh, wow, double arm drag. Almost a double hip toss there.
Oh, no, what's going on here? Double Kakeshis.
Wow.
And he gives the pinfall to the legal man Taguchi. And
everyone just gets in the ring.
Chaos is like, you know what? Screw this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Taguchi, if I were you, I'd be really worried that everybody's gone and you're left in there with Nakamura. Oh, my God.
And you're mocking him.
I think Taguchi's about to pay for all that mockery. And
YOSHI-HASHI that makes him pay. Oh, but Honma with the torpedo Kakashi. And now Ishii with the lariat. And now Kojima with the elbow. And now Nakamura with the single leg drop kick.
And now, look at that knee to the midsection there. Now
Nakamura, the vertical lift face buster.
Absolutely.
Nakamura's calling for the Bomaye.
Oh, Taguchi checked it. No way.
Rainmaker? No. What? Oh, my God. An ass plant Rainmaker. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, Nakamura stays in it. Thank goodness. I was about to lose all hope for humanity
Taguchi is so ridiculous.
Oh, could
Going
it be?
for a chicken wing here.
Oh, but the blockbuster.
Blockbuster by YOSHI-HASHI. Low angle lariat by Ishii. And the Bomaye.
Oh, that's going to do it. But, oh, my God, are you kidding me?
Okada breaks it up despite still having ailing ribs.
What?
Oh, it's the drop kick from Okada.
Good God.
I had every reason in the world to look forward to this match. It's been so good. What are you doing, Taguchi?
Already got up after the inverted slam. And then, gets hit again. That's it. That's it.
And pin the man knock.
There it is.
What a fun match.
Insanity here.
The elbow for good measure. Like, screw off, Taguchi. Nobody likes you.
Nakamura, the Kevin Owens to Taguchi's Alex Riley.
I love it.
The match may be over, but let me just really establish supremacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. But yeah, Chaos reigns tonight at Day 15 of G1 Climax in this tag team bout. Yeah,
That was
and
a really fun match.
forget an ice pack. Taguchi just upgraded all the way to Z pack after all the offense he ate.
Yeah, really. Oh man, I'm so glad that we watched that match because I just enjoyed the hell out of that. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to close out our recording here. Oh, but are we really? Honma and Ishii starting to shove each other a little bit. YOSHI-HASHI just kind of looking on. Okada and Nagata trash talking. Man, the matches that are being set up for tomorrow are being played out a little bit here. Honma and
Absolutely.
Ishii just flat out don't like each other, I think.
They have such a volatile history there. And Honma, I mean, what a win it would be for that man to beat Ishii, despite the fact that Ishii,
Oh, and Ishii was going after him on the outside. I don't know if you saw that or not.
yeah, I did see that kick attempt. And
Oh my
now,
God, they're fighting into the freaking fans.
good God, oh, this is the most physicality I've seen. Look at Ishii with the chair.
He really hates Honma.
Good God.
It seems like Honma is just defending himself at this point, and Ishii is like that freaking gorilla that you make eye contact with and offend and don't even realize you're doing it.
I mean, guys, I've seen plenty of face-to-face confrontations, through the course of this G1 Climax. That's got to be the most physicality I've ever seen between two competitors set to
Not
face off in a tournament bout.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wow. I'm kind of hoping Ishii comes running back out again, but no, he's backstage.
Yeah, somebody restrain that man. I mean, I'm certainly not going to.
Would somebody could put a collar on that stone pit bull?
There you go.
All right, maybe a muzzle. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to close it out here. This was a really, probably my favorite first half of any G1 show so far.
Yeah,
Just
really
because of
good
that
stuff.
one match that we just got through, and then the post-match brawl. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing.
All right, we're going to close out the recording here. We will be back for part 2.